When you talk about ChatGPT, agent mode is one of its most powerful features. But if you've never built a product before, it can feel like a lot to wrap your head around. So before diving into building a full AI agent, let's start something simple. Let's build something small, iterate on it, fix what breaks, and learn how to communicate with AI more effectively. This will ease you into agent mode and give you a solid liftoff. If that sounds good, let's dive in. What we are going to build in this video is something you could definitely do in default mode. That's the one you get when you first open ChatGPT. Default mode is faster and great for reasoning or building small products. Agent mode, on the other hand, is designed for running more complex tasks and automations. The reason we're using agent mode here is it can show us the entire multi-step process. That's the part I love. Watching ChatGPT do all the work while learning a bit about technical process along the way. Default mode will give you one-shot answer. That's not fun when you try to build something. You want to see the process. That's why we're using the agent mode for this demo. If you're curious about the other ChatGPT modes, web search, deep research, canvas, and study and learn, subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Alright, now you know why we're in agent mode. Let's jump into the task itself. We're going to build a customized Pomodoro-style focus timer. This simple app is the perfect example because the scope is small, so we could focus on texting every part of the process, from describing the goal to generating and adjusting along the way. It's also great for everyone to get a feeling of what context engineering is. It is a very light version of how we describe function, behavior, and design to AI, so it knows how each part should interact. All this makes for a good agent mode task. This is what we are building, a 15-minute focus plus 10-minute break timer with notification sound when it's finished and an inspirational quote each section. It's nothing fancy, just functional and smooth, and with a bit of design details. I will explain briefly how you can host this free online as well. And we will keep our focus on how we iterate this static app with agent mode. Alright, let's start building. In this first version, I'm keeping things simple. I'm just describing what I want. A focus timer with codes that appear after each session. In my prompt, I mentioned that it's basically a Pomodoro setup that runs on its own. 15 minutes of focus, 10 minutes of rest, and it gives you small motivation codes along the way. It also sends quick reminders to your phone at the right times, so you stay on track without having to think about it. I'm using the browser version, and you can select agent mode via the plus icon. I'm on the plus plan, so I get 40 agent messages per month. If you're using the desktop app, you'll find the different modes at the bottom of the chat window. Once you've turned on agent mode, send the prompt and let ChatGPT do all the work. It first shows an overview of the task, then opens this live agent workspace where you can watch it browse, interact, and perform actions in real time. You can see it pulling codes from the internet and creating the timer HTML. It shows each step as the AI carries out the workflow. When it's done, it gives you an overview of what was built and how to use or install it. Now let's see how it looks on the phone. Since I set everything up in the browser, when the AI agent finishes, it sends a notification to my phone. I open the ChatGPT app and the file is right there. And that's it. Your page is live. For how little effort we put in so far, I think it looks quite good. But there are a few things I want to refine. For example, the codes appear like chat messages, but I want to make sure they appear larger on the screen. When I start a session, there is no visibility of time, so I don't know how long I've been in a focus session. Definitely going to change that. So that's our version 1. It's functional, a little clunky, but working. And that's the whole point of the first try. The only thing that matters is getting the ball rolling. When you have something visual, it naturally helps you see what you like and what's missing. And because you've invested so little, it's easy to keep your momentum. Next, I'll move into version 2 and focus on functionality first, then visuals, and learn how to guide the agent to handle more complex feedback. We'll start in the default mode and talk through how I want to shape my Pomodoro timer before starting another round of agent mode. For me, I want to see time better, so I could add a live countdown, or maybe a progress bar, something that lets me see how much time has passed at a glance. It would be nice to have the codes show up more clearly because that feature is meant to inspire me, so the text needs to be bigger and more visible. Another thing, the notification sound has to work. When I'm using it, I need that reminder when focus time or break time is up. And of course, I want the agent to package everything into a zip file so it's ready to upload. Here's a quick technical note. If you have an Android phone, you can open the HTML file with no problem. But if you have an iPhone, it's a bit more complicated. Because of Apple's security setup, you can't open a local HTML file directly. The solution is to host it somewhere online. To do that, you'll need to convert HTML file into a zip file. You can use this prompt. Just take a screenshot of it if you want and ask any AI to return it back into text later. Once you run that prompt, you'll get a zip file. Then you can host it using a free third-party platform. For this demo, I'm using TinyHost. It's free if you stick with just one live project. You just download a file from ChatGPT on your phone, go to TinyHost, tap Upload File, and you'll get your link. So I'm gathering my thoughts into a quick list of what I want to fix and highlight, and then I'll put them into my prompt. Before sending the prompt, make sure agent mode is turned off. In this prompt, I'm telling ChatGPT that I want my Pomodoro timer to show a visible countdown or a progress bar during each focus session. I'm also hoping for bigger, easy-to-read motivational quotes. I need to make sure the notifications and sound alerts work on my iPhone after each session and break, and that the whole setup is easy to upload as a zip file to TinyHost. These are the things I want to change, and I'm asking ChatGPT to turn my thoughts into a structured prompt I can use to run the AI agent again. In the answer, it lays out all the details, the timer, the progress UI, and updates I mentioned earlier. It also suggests increasing the font size for the code, since I said they were too small. But as I kept reading, I realized something was missing. I didn't mention the session logic. The current setup shows motivational quotes every 10 minutes, which actually feels more distracting than inspiring. So that's something I need to fix. Now it's time to add a few visual requests. The current layout doesn't feel quite right, so I drew a quick sketch to show the design I want for this Pomodoro timer. I also want to use the purple color I found in a color palette image online as the main color. As you see, I don't just ask it to make it pretty. We need to give references. Now it's time to combine everything, my feedback, the session logic, my sketch of the layout, and the design references, and ask ChatGPT to turn it into a master prompt. So in this prompt, we have the visual reference included to clarify what ChatGPT should help with. The color palette is added so it knows which new color to use and how to apply it. Finally, the session logic and its rules are placed at the end. The answer gives us a detailed breakdown of the design blueprint here, along with an update to the session logic. I'm not going through the full answer here, but there's good learning moment in it. First, it shows a clear structured breakdown of the UI, what details the AI needs to design a layout. You don't need to go that deep in your prompts, but it helps to understand the language of design. Second, it's not just describing the UI, it's also providing context. Now we get to dive into the context engineering part. As I briefly touched on earlier, context engineering is an integral step in helping the model producing high-quality, reliable outputs. In simple terms, it's the art of science of telling the AI exactly what it needs to know. So when we describe a layout, UI, or session logic, that's a light form of context engineering. This step gives the model a mental map before it writes any code. It's always good to understand what components are needed to build something. Later on, when your projects get more advanced, you might add databases, conversation history, or external APIs as part of the context. That will come naturally over time. Now, back to the demo. I read through the answer and I like how everything sounds. So I asked ChatGPT to combine all the updates into one master prompt. Time to switch back to the agent mode so we can watch it work. And here we go. The new interface loads and you can see it doing the front-end testing. It's just really fun to watch. After a few minutes, it finishes and gives an overview of what it did. Now let's check it out. The visuals look clean. The countdown appears live with a centered progress bar. The codes are bigger and easier to read. When I start the focus session, I see a motivational code in the right size. The progress bar moves and the countdown runs smoothly. The notification sound works well as well. Then the rest session begins right after that. The session logic runs perfectly and the apps feel smoother overall. And there it is, your first AI-built product, made without writing any code. The app feels alive. It's not perfect yet, but it's cohesive. I think this is really cool. The biggest lesson here is the iteration loop we've been using. First, you list out the problems, then you ask the AI to help you structure them into a clear prompt. Next, you review, give feedback, and once you're happy, run it in agent mode. That's the most valuable kind of collaboration between you and AI. You think and refine, the AI structure and executes. Together, you build momentum. And along the way, you are also building your intuition, learning how components work together, and how to guide AI through context. That's context engineering in action, giving the AI enough of what matters, the behavior, the structure, and the relationships. And one last tip, when it comes to visuals, always give references. Don't just say, make it look better. Show it what better means. So that's it. You've just watched a product get built with agent mode. You are equipped with the most important mindset for using AI effectively. Describe clearly, iterate quickly, and trust the process. Learning AI isn't about mastering tools. It's about building confidence through small, deliberate steps that compound fast. Keep experimenting. You are already closer than you think to building your first agent project.